The Guardsmen from Hoffman Estates in Schaumburg, Illinois. Heard a drum and bugle corps, but never drum bugle corps in kazoo.
Oh, yeah, they pulled a couple of tricks out of their hat in the drum solo. Horn line, very crisp tonight. Very good sound projection. That has been their bread and butter through the past couple of years. Drum line held its own in the preliminaries. Marching and maneuvering a little bit suspect. That was their problem throughout most of the season, and again in the prelims.
Now,
marching was a bit sloppy tonight.
When you say that, what do you mean? What should we have noticed?
Drill execution. There were some problems noticeable up here. Spacing problems, interval problems. In terms of pattern sets, I think I pointed it out and you guys caught it after we saw it. One pattern didn't quite set together properly from side to side.
And of course, some poor young man overthrew a rifle. Oh, the kid who did that is just going to suffer for a year.
A young lady
sorry.
in that case.
A young lady?
But they did some very ambitious guard stuff there. And it was kind of fun watching you watch that and watch your eyes get wider.
It's so impressive. I can't believe that these kids do this. You know, I would love to ask you a question. A lot of people want to know this. Who are drum and bugle corps? Are they're not high schools, they're not colleges. Who are they?
Basically, they're organizations that are self-sufficient. They start up as a community activity largely. Somebody says, hey, school's out.
Yeah.
Where are the marching band kids going to go if they're not into playing baseball or something like that? And largely they started with service groups, the American Legion, the VFW, and then they started to grow on their own. So it's a self-supporting community-run type of thing most often.
How much money are we talking about?
DCI corps, very high budgets. I just say ballpark top 25 corps anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000.
That's a lot of money.
Transportation's expensive, equipment. Just an expensive business to be in.
Well, when you think of the logistics of housing all these young people, transporting their uniforms, their instruments, putting them up in hotels, the meals, it must be murderously expensive.
They do a lot of fundraising.
That's one difference, Rita. They don't stay in hotels. They stay on gym floors and sleeping bags.
You're kidding.
And that makes the one-night stand syndrome all the worse.
Oh, my goodness, really? Well, they can't carry their electric walks with them like I do.
Little hot plate, maybe. That's a problem.
We've got the Garfield Cadets coming up from Garfield, New Jersey. Steve?
What a story this is, Jim. They were given up for dead, as a matter of fact, by many people during the winter. The off-season was very cruel to Garfield. Tough time getting members out, but they held it together. They did some ambitious recruiting, especially in the South. There are quite a few kids from the southeastern U.S. in the Corps, and they pulled it together and really worked hard and started to turn on and pull it out by second tour, and they really came into the prelims just smoking.
They're in 10th place after the prelims, and they had a score of 81.45. Strong points and weak points.
General effect, they did quite well for themselves. They were up 9th there. The show's pretty much balanced across the board. Very enjoyable, very pleasing show to watch. One Voice is their opener off the line, followed by Uncle Joe, Fantasy. Elks Parade is a swinging tune that the crowd really goes for, and a beautiful thing called Ice Castles.
I noticed there's very exact words used when they're introducing a corps on the field. What does that mean? What sort of time frame are they under?
Okay, we can get into that quick. That's a good idea. I think Rita thought that somebody was shooting at us at first when that gun went off.
Right.
A corps has
She's seen us work before.
They should have been shooting at us. A corps has a minimum of 11 minutes and 30 seconds that they have to perform, a maximum of 13 minutes. At 11:30, the gun goes off. That tells the execution and analysis judges, stop judging. From that point on, only the GE judges are working, and that's when the corps pull out all the stops for the big hype.
Look at that, Garfield and 7th Avenue. Do you see that?
What's GE?
General effect.
Okay.
That's the way it hits the crowd, coordination, showmanship, all those various areas.
From Garfield, New Jersey, the Garfield Cadets.